Hello, welcome back to Final Fantasy VIII Remastered commentary playthrough. So we are getting ready to take on the Lunatic Pandora and its little mission that's coming up here. So I'm going to have Adia in the party just to showcase her. She's not going to have too much of a big part in this, since I am going to pretty much have no encounters on for the duration of this area. So we just want to get ready. Alright, now that we're ready, you are going to have one force battle here, so, you know, check your GF list, see what you want to learn, anything good, and then put it on. It's not going to really matter much anymore after we get a new way to travel. And then from here, so now we're in control of Zell, and Zell's going to lead his small little team to Dr. Odine's office. So before you begin the Odine questline here, this is your last opportunity to kind of get those things that you needed. If you didn't get the Occult Fan number 4, you missed it. You can talk to the soldier in order to get the Combat King 4, which we've already done. That's on the bridge. And you can visit the shops in order to get the Rosetta Stone from Cheryl's shop, and just in general make sure that you have the shops in your inventory. So from here, run to the left, and keep running to the left. And then you'll come up to this, where you can kind of make out where it says laboratory right here, and you want to run down. You have a Quake draw point here, which you can make with Dino Bones, so you don't really need to draw it. And I'm actually trying to save magic slots at this point. And once you talk to the assistant, move on. And you will have remembered this place from the Laguna dream sequence, so take the teacup up. And then with Move Find, you're able to see this flare draw point, which I already have. And then this guy in his crazy dialogue will start up with this Tears Point stuff. So basically, we have to meet contact with Lunatic Pandora in those 3 designated spots, and we have a certain time limit to get that done. If you fail the sequence and you don't make it in time, then you just miss out on the reward that Lunatic Pandora would have given you. So you'll see the time limit has started. If you hit the square button, you'll actually bring up like a very bad picture of where you're supposed to go to. But we already kind of mapped this out in the last episode. So you'll see it come flashing across the screen. And what you want to do is take the left from Odine's laboratory, hit this little point right here, and you'll have a full heal. Continue your way past the air station and go up. There will be random encounters here if you do not have encounter none on. So then from here you want to actually take this right and talk to this soldier. And then earlier in the last episode, I said to talk to the soldier on this bridge right here in order to get his dialogue. I think all he says is just like, oh yeah, that's right. And once you hit that dialogue box, once you return here when you're doing the Lunatic Pandora section of the game, talk to him again and just keep spamming his dialogue until he drops the Combat King 4 for Zell. There we go. So you want to talk to that guy on the bridge and then catch this running soldier as it's coming across the screen. And you received a free Combat King 4 for Zell, which will teach him different beat. So this is a great, another great ending finisher for his limit break. Then essentially we are at the contact point that we need to be at for this. So this is the first point. Now, if you don't make this point in time, you'll have to go to the other various points that the doctor listed out for us. And if you're good with the city and you kind of know where you're going, then meet him wherever you want to. Or just get into a whole bunch of random battles, level up, use a Dia, whatever you want to do. But just stay here, and we'll have to wait for the timer to hit the 17 to 15 minute marker. And you will have exactly those 2 minutes in order to finish off some easy-ass enemies that are going to come flying out of this thing. And then you'll board the Lunatic Pandora, and then we'll continue from there. Yep. Come on. So I'm thinking that it might actually be the 15-minute timer. I don't know. I never listen to the dialogue of that doctor anymore, so I believe it was 15 to 12. So they give you plenty of time to find this area. If you don't find it within the 5 minutes at the beginning, explore. Go load up an older save, kind of explore the city, try to get your bearings around here. But for every stop point that it gives you 3 minutes to at least try to board it. This is just the longer waiting section. Because I guess what they were trying to make you do is run into a bunch of random encounters on your way up to this thing. And obviously we're not down for that, so. Should be getting pretty close now for Lunatic Pandora to board. There we go. So then regular Galvadian soldiers are going to pop out of this thing. You know, we've been fighting them the entire game. Nothing new here. Oh, and they actually got absolutely demolished. Oh no. Brutal. Well, there you have it. There was Adia's first combat opportunity. Turned into a Odin showing up. A meteor draw point. Have move find in here kind of helps you, you know, discover things that are usually hidden. From the elevators, you just want to go in reverse order. So take 3, 2, and then 1. So if you did the Laguna sequence stream 2 correctly, and you did the boulder stuff, you popped the little levers on the latches, you know, and had the hatches open when you were blowing up the boulders or whatever, you're going to get a bunch of different unique items within this area just for doing that dream sequence alone. So it's finally paying off at this point. Once you reach elevator 3, head down these, like you can kind of see it, but these stairs down this way. And head down this ladder. Some very annoying enemies in this area. Imps and behemoths can be found here. Imps just like to spam a whole bunch of magic and status ailments on you, while behemoths are just extremely tough enemies to take down, especially with the kind of stuff that we have right now is just not suited for it. So come into this little circular area and hit the X button as much as you can until you get a level up G. So it's hidden away there, you will never know it's in there unless you just spam X. And level up G will just raise compatibility with all the GF for one character. So if you're a GF user, you know, this is great for whoever you have suited for your favorite ones. But you kind of do want to save it because it refines into different items as well. And then from the ladder, head left and left over this boulder. Now this boulder won't be here if you didn't do the Laguna Dream sequence correctly. So you would be blocked. And then you can see that if Lunatic Pandora is kind of flipped on its, you know, on its other side, so it did like a little 90-degree turn. Instead of these being on the ground like when we were walking by them, they now turn into basically doorways. So go into each one of these, hit X, and you'll come across some new items. Power Generator will teach Questus Ray Bomb. We've seen Ray Bomb used with that spider enemy at the very beginning of the game, and you're going to need that for Questus Blue Magic. Now that's one of the easiest power generators to get in the game. There are other ways to get them, but you know they are just very hard to pull off. Silent Straw Point, completely useless to us. And then inside of the left side, you'll get a Phoenix Pinion. So this will be the second one we earned. If you already used Phoenix Pinion once, you already have from Shumi Village, you already have access to the Phoenix Summon. But you can use it again to get, you know, Phoenix to spawn in and he'll, you know, do his thing. But once you have Phoenix, he's there for good, and he will only spawn if all your characters get knocked out in combat and he has a percentage chance of raising you guys back up. So you have basically a second life and second chance at it. So from here, you want to take this left. And on the ground, you're going to see a magazine. This is a free Combat King 5. So again, if you don't hit that boulder, you can't even come this way. And for Zell, this is going to be his final Combat King. So now we have Final Heaven, and this is his best move of his limit break. And then if you go into the sneaky doorway right here, you'll find an ultimate draw point. We're getting pretty close to 100 there, so that's very good for him. Alright. Now what you want to do is head all the way back to the ladder. And you can explore as much as you want around here. It doesn't really matter, but you want to go back up to the elevator. Take elevator 2 and kind of explore it. Now there won't be any items in this area, but you know, if you're looking for more combat challenges or whatever, then go ahead and explore this place. Come this way. Get familiar with it though, because we are going to be coming here much later time. And there's a whole bunch of stuff around this area. So get acquainted with this place, because we're going to see it again. And that's all there really was to this area. You can take the other tubing, but I'm not going to show that way. We'll do all that once we actually get our real squad. So then from 3, 2, and then go to 1. This way. This will be a holy draw point, so whoever has holy, you know, give them more. Honestly, a very easy magic to get, so not too big a deal. And then most importantly though, inside this little crevice right here, if you had pushed the boulder with Laguna, then this thing would have fell, created that little pathway that we went on to for section 3, and then spam X inside of here, and you're going to get the speed junction scroll number 2. So if you pulled a speed junction scroll off of Cerberus, and you have the speed junction scroll from this place, and then you have another GF that actually learns speed, which is Cerberus as well, you now have 3 characters that will have the ability to have the speed junction at this point in the game. So if you want to teach a GF like your early ones like Shiva, some speed junction, if you know that it's going to stick to one character forever, go ahead and do that, and then you'll have the speed junction. And that'll pretty much cover all the junctioning except for 2 more lucks and the evasion stat. So evasion stat though, it'll take more side questing in order to get another evasion junction. And then the luck one will have to wait for future GFs, and then there's one more area where we get another luck junction scroll. So we're almost complete on all the junctioning here. It's super important that you do that Laguna quest perfectly, so that you can get all this stuff. It's, you know, you want it. It's much easier to do it just by these small little side quests than it is trying to get it from anything else. And this will pretty much conclude the Lunatic Pandora for what you can do with it right now. So this was just an item hunt. Like I said, if you completely missed it, then you're not going to have a chance to enter the Lunatic Pandora, and then there's going to be a little scene that plays out where Zell's kind of like, dang, I messed up. You know, and if this affects the seed rank or anything, I have no idea. I'm sure it does. But just follow the guide, go to that specific location, make sure you grab the Combat King 4 and the Combat King 5. They're free. And then, you know, make sure that you have the shops from Esthar at least talked to, because they're going to show up a little bit later in your inventory list. So this thing drops from the sky, and there is nothing we can do to this. Very cool. So very neat stuff there, right? We're in space now, little space station that we're heading into. This part can be a little disorienting because the way that you float with the buttons. So I'm holding right and I'm coming toward the screen, or left, and then I'm holding right to go away, up to go up, and then down to go down. So we'll flip gravity. Then you want to talk to this guy in the white coat. Just kind of smash X in that area to pick up Renault. Alright, so this is a good point right here to cut it. Now you've seen how Lunatic Pandora works. It's good to see that something that we did in the early game kind of paid off here in the late game. And Zell had his moment, but you know, unforeseen things there. He got kicked out, and there's nothing he can do. So in the next part, we're going to go ahead and do the lunar base stuff. This area is pretty short. Kind of a creepy section, to be honest, once events start unfolding here. And then once we finish this area, there's going to be a lot of like going into the past, seeing a lot of story elements, kind of tying the knot on a few loose ends here. And we are going to enter the second form of transportation around the world, which is going to be amazing. And then from there, we're basically free to do whatever we want to do in this entire game. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.